midday bite was good.
It slowed down a little bit from earlier.
A little peek to the camera.
What?
Isn't that sweet though?
Yeah, dude, I forgot a couple of poppers. This morning, they were all suspended like that. Oh,
Yeah, you probably could.
that would have been so fun.
just a like a zonker. That sounds good.
Small.
If you get a big one, let me know.
All right. These small. They're like cookie cutter size, so they're all about, other than the couple big ones I caught this morning, all good looking spotted fish.
Yes, sir. Drop underwater. First fish of the day. Not even like a 1 pound smallmouth. I didn't even get to do an intro today. Back at it today, we're at the mouth of Elk Creek. I've been hitting Walnut Creek pretty consistently and been doing well. The smallies are in. The fishing's been pretty good. The weather's been good, so that helps out as well. On Friday this week, I'll have the boat finally up here in Erie, so that'll be nice to get some videos on the boat. I'm gonna try to record as much as possible when I'm out there fishing. It's a nice morning. We'll see how many more we can get. This time of year is the best time of year to fish in Erie. The Presque Isle Bay has pike, muskie, bass, largemouth bass, and smallmouth. The smallmouth are all starting to feed pretty heavy in the tributaries, in the mouths of the tributaries, and in Presque Isle and in the main lake as well. The fishing opportunity right now is just at its peak. Everything is getting done with the winter, starting to heat up a little bit and getting really, really active. So we're gonna cover some water today and see if we can pull out a couple fish. Just got to the actual mouth of Elk. It's like right where the lake is. So the lake's on this side. The creek comes all the way through here. It opens up a lot and gets a little bit deeper right here. And I'm hoping the smallies are staging up here, and this is where they do their spawning. So they come into these creeks, they spawn, and then they go back out into the lake and into the later spring. And in the summer, you can catch them in the lake. And in the spring right now when they're spawning, you can catch them right here in the mouths of the creeks. So we'll see if there's any in here, see if they're willing to bite, and keep you updated if we catch any. This time of year, a lot of times the water will be lower and clear, and sometimes you can even spot them and cast at them and get them to react to it. I haven't seen any yet, but hopefully if we get our eyes on some, maybe we can pull them out. Oh my gosh, it took it out of my hands. It's a good fish. I was freaking on my phone messing around and I missed the fish. That was a good one. Might run something a little deeper. Make sure I'm getting down there. I switched it up to a little swim bait on my drop shot. We'll have to see how that does. My goal this year, through fishing in the lake and fishing Presque Isle, fishing at home, is to put a fish on the wall. That's my like goal. I think if I get a smallmouth over, say, 6 pounds, That'd definitely be my PB. Oh, I just had a bite. That'd definitely be my personal best, and I'd be willing to mount that. That's my overall goal. As long as I'm not in class right now, I'm happy. I ought to do my online classes right here. What was that? Nah, probably not. This one feels a little small. Maybe if I can get one to the shore though. I guess I can't really talk. Come on. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one for sure. Easy, 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 easy. Here we go. Finally. Took me a minute since that first fish. Got in the corner. Rinse them off for a second here. Very pale fish. Probably another about a pound. Pretty fish. Look at those red eyes. Munching. There you go. Off he goes. With this, you're just letting it go to the bottom, giving it a couple tap taps. Oh. This feels pretty small. That's 2 casts in a row. It's pretty sweet. Maybe we got a little pattern here. That was real small. The roof of the mouth. Come on, buddy. There we go. Really pale fish. Definitely just coming from the lake. That bank over there, you can see how steep it is on the surface, and they definitely have a drop off right there, and there's probably fish sitting right on it. I think that's what these fish are doing. They're just coming in from the lake trying to get some bait up here in the creeks, and a little minnow presentation seems to be working. I'm the fishing club president at Gannon. So we got a fishing club, and normally when there's not COVID, we'd be competing this time of year in like southern states for collegiate bass fishing. And just because of COVID, we're not allowed to. Stinks. I'm a junior and I only got 2 more years, so this is like my prime time to be competing. Yeah. It's kind of unfortunate. Oh my gosh. I missed more fish. Ah, that freaking sucks. A lot of times with these smallmouth, they'll kind of get together. So when you find one, kind of likely to find another in the same region. Not necessarily right on the same spot, but a lot of times they'll have followers even with them. Once you hook them, they'll chase each other, try to get the bait out of each other's mouths. It's kind of cool. Makes it easy when you're fishing too once you catch one, because you kind of know what you're doing and do similar techniques to keep having success. if you also have other people with you and you hook one, it's good to have them throw in case there's followers, and see if you can double up. That fish came off of a missile baits drop something. Just like a little minnow presentation. I just had that on a 8-pound test. The 1/4 ounce drop shot weight. Always running fluoro. These smallmouth can be extremely finicky with how they want the presentation of the bait. Anything from the knot that changes up the angle of your hook for a drop shot. See how that's perfectly perpendicular? Sometimes they'll want it parallel with the line. I've had my best luck on perpendicular and nose hooking my baits, so I just go through and just barely poke that hook out so that way it's exposed. But that doesn't change up the action of the bait because it's free floating. The whole bait can move the whole way. It creates the most action for these soft plastics that you use just to imitate little bait fish. You're imitating gobies, sculpin, little perch that sit on the bottom and just kind of are a vulnerable prey for them to target. And the smallmouth, just they eat it up. Any green, white, chartreuse, even if they're being finicky, if they're mouthing the bait and not taking the whole thing, you can throw a little chartreuse and like bright colors in there, try to get them a little bit more fired up. You also catch them through reaction strikes, so that would be your jerk baits, your lipless crankbaits, anything like that, rattling sounds and that kind of fire them up and get them to bite. Another common way to catch them is just a plain swim bait, like a Kitech swim bait on a jig head. That's a really, really effective way. I love, my go-to obviously is the umbrella rig. I throw that a lot. It just looks like a school of bait going by, and I think it gets more fish to bite with the multiple baits and the spinners, and it's just a lot going on. Gets them fired up. Underwater release on this guy. Well, anyway, it's probably about a 2-pounder. Good fish. Love it. I love it. Such a pretty fish. I think that is my blood, not his blood. Here we go for a little release here. See what we can do. That might be a little bit more than 2 pounds. Yeah, 2-pounder. Alright, maybe he just ate it sideways. I don't think it's very good anymore. Alright, not bad. A little dinky. Back, yeah. I think I'm about to head out, get some schoolwork done tonight. I got some more stuff to do, a little group project to complete. It was a good day. I didn't film probably the last 10 fish catches. You get to a point where you kind of just want to enjoy it and not worry about the filming aspect. Another good fish. I'll probably fish my whole way back over there, but great day. I probably caught upwards of 25 fish today. So it's a good little sneak peek to how it's going to be this season. I'm excited to have the boat, of course. I think that'll help me really dial in fishing in Erie and kind of bring up a wrap. A little backstory. I started tying my own flies and taught myself how to fly fish through YouTube. I didn't have anybody that taught me how to fish. There's another one. I didn't have anybody to teach me how to fish. I just kind of taught myself through YouTube. So doing these YouTube videos kind of brings full circle to where I started. And even cooler little backstory is the first time I ever went on a fishing trip, we had an RV. It was probably like 2010, 2012. We had an RV and we came up to Erie, went to Presque Isle. I think I caught one largemouth out on the bay, and then we came to camp here, and we camped at, I think, Folly's End campground is the one we went to, and I caught my first ever trout on a fly rod. And the guys there kind of hooked me up, told me that there's a couple left. It was in the summer, so there's a couple stock trout left in there. And I caught my first ever trout. It was just like a little stocky, like 4-inch trout. And from then on, I haven't stopped fishing since. I've pretty much consistently been after it since that point. And that's on Elk Creek, which is this creek that we're on today. This is the mouth of it, obviously. A couple miles upstream is where I started that, but it's kind of cool to see the progression of where I've came and where I started out, kind of. So we'll fish till we get to the end there, and my GoPro battery's getting low, so. The GoPro died on me when I was trying to film my outro. So I'm gonna have to do one more outro right now. I keep staying longer and longer. It keeps running into my school time, but you gotta do what you gotta do if the fish are biting. I just want to talk about the key of success today. It's been a crazy day out here. I mean, I've got upwards of 35, 40 fish. This is about my average fish. This is a pretty one, nice, good fish. Really fun stuff. The key to success, I think, today was talking with the locals. I think that was one of the biggest things, and so sunglasses are a big fact of fishing. They help you see fish. They when you see a fish underwater, when you're wearing sunglasses, they look 10 times bigger actually, and it gets your blood pumping when you're out here on the water. They also help you tell stories. The fisherman's stories is one of the key aspects of the grind. You gotta exaggerate. You really do. I think us all fishermen, anglers, we all know you gotta give it an extra half a pound to a pound, extra couple inches, even on situations even more than that. But talk up your stories, and yeah, I'll catch you guys next episode. Peace.